beautiful day in our nation's capital, FCT Abuja. And yes, it's another day to put a smile on someone's face. Make sure you show kindness to people around you. And together, we'll make the world a better place. This is Good Morning Abuja, and I am Gladys Kudam. It's good to know you join me. We have so many things for you on the program. Yes, we have our motivational stuff to actually begin the program with. It puts you in the right frame of mind. So let's see motivational stuff as it motivates you positive.
Consistency over talent. What is consistency? Consistency is a word that implies stickability, that is, the ability to stick, the ability to stay, that is, the ability to be in the game for a long time. That is consistency. It means the ability to repeat the same thing over and again. It means the ability to sustain similar actions over time, thereby bringing forth similar results. Consistency means the ability for you to stay with a decision until you see the desired results. Consistency is far more preferred than talent. You could have talents, you could even have gifts, but without consistency, all these will be wasted. The secret of men's life is found in their routine. When you see a person whose life is full of backward movements, full of regrets, full of failures, all factors being equal, you could trace it to lack of consistency. When you see a life that is admirable, a life that is great, a life that is exemplary, go close and look into that life deeply. You would see consistency. You would see that such a person has maintained or sustained a particular habit, lifestyle over time, has done that consistently many times for decades. So the results you see today are simply the outputs of a life of consistency.
Yes, I'm sure you are now motivated to like begin your day. All those things that were weighing you down, you've been motivated to actually stand up and start your day right. Now it's time for our health segment. We want you to actually eat healthy. So this healthy is for you.
Hello, in this video, I want to talk a little bit more about sugar and why sugar can be so harmful to the brain. And that's when you take sugar in excess. And quite frankly, most of us do, especially we as the members of the Black community. We seem to have an especially sweet tooth. There was one month when a series of events happened to me that really drove that point home for me. And I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but probably in another video. But speaking about sugar in the brain, I don't like the term diabetes type 3 or type 3 diabetes or diabetes of the brain. I don't like it because it focuses exclusively on sugar and it takes away from what is actually going on in the brain. Yes, sugar is a problem. High sugar can actually damage brain cells in sensitive parts of the brain, like the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory. Also other aspects too, that high sugar can cause inflammation and damage. So yes, it is a problem. However, the other problem, which in my opinion is even more serious, is the fact that it reduces the brain's or the neurons' ability to respond to insulin. So let me explain. When you eat sugar, when you eat starchy foods or high or carbs, simple carbs, junk food primarily, you take in your blood sugar levels rise. And what happens when your blood sugar rises is that insulin rises to meet the demand of the high blood sugar, to drive the blood sugar levels down, And it does that by making the cells, especially the muscle cells and the liver cells, more responsive to insulin. So it drives the so insulin opens the door for sugar to go back into the muscles and into the liver. That's why you need to move your muscles a lot, because that helps to reduce insulin resistance. Beside the point.
About our health tips, I'm sure you've been able to get something to follow all of our healthy tips here on the program. We live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, it's time for a quick break, and when we return to the program, good morning, Abuja continue.
I don't know what it is, but she drives me crazy.
Marriage, a beautiful bond, but not without its battles. Behind every smile is a story. Behind every I do is a journey. Mr. and Mrs., the show that peels back the curtain on real relationships. No scripts, no filters, just truth.
I've become a better husband because I've learned a lot from the mistake of the past.
I had feelings, but I wanted to be sure.
Do I have to kneel down to marry a woman?
No, but just do the right.
Join us every week as we sit down with real couples to talk about the raw, the real, and the redemptive side of marriages. From newlyweds to seasoned partners of 40 years plus, no topic is off limits.
Have you ever been in love?
This is Modern Entertainment. It's an invitation to grow, to heal, and to love again. Mr. and Mrs. is about real love, real struggles, and real hope. Every couple has a story. What's yours? Join us on NTA Channel 5, the Unity Station, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
'Cause all of me loves all of you.
Welcome back. This is Good Morning Abuja coming to you from the University Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja. It's now time to take a picture, and this picture actually has something.
There has been recognition of the fact that there is an existing imbalance of knowledge and power relationship between the producer of goods and services and the consumer. This imbalance, as pointed out by many scholars in the field of marketing and business circles in general, appear to tilt towards the advantage of producers. The Nigerian consumers, as a result of this knowledge of imbalance, had over the years suffered so much in the hands of producers and suppliers of goods and services, with whom they are engaged on trade relationship in terms of supplying substandard goods and services. This challenge is what brought about the Consumer Protection Council, which was originally enacted in 1992 but took off in 1999. This council operated across all sectors of the economy and has evolved over the years. The overall mandate of the council is to protect consumer by taking both preventive and remedial measures. Their mission is to ensure customers are priority on the business value chain. Has this mandate been brought to fore? What are the challenges faced by consumers?
Here in Nigeria, government don't normally focus on the kind of thing we bring. I wish we have a good companies here in Nigeria that manufacture at Nigerian, made in Nigeria. We know that we are selling in made in Nigeria, not made in US. So many people travel abroad, some go to Vietnam, some go to other countries to bring the same kind of good, the kind type of good, but not the same quality. So what government should have done, they should have bring those companies over there here and give them maybe franchise or whatever to be producing here, so that it will be easy for us that sell the goods to get what we sell in the shop as a quality thing.
The customer's right. What he needs to know about what he's buying. There was a time I bought something and I went out of the shop, saw something that I wanted and brought it back. The person refused to take it. He said, once you've paid, you don't have the right to return it. No exchange, no return after payment.
Some are very, very funny. I don't know if they have conscience. If you want to buy something, you must take your time. You have all the time you need. It's not when you finish buying, you come back to return, and it's not where done. Even where I buy.
We will convince them the way we can able to convince. Some will buy, some will not buy. I'm selling cotton. I cannot cut cotton after cutting it and sew it to bring it back to me. You know now, I already cut it from the road.
When you maintain your customer, tomorrow he will ask of you. Customer is always right. We need to behave very well to keep our customer coming.
A vital tool for protecting the consumer is market survey and enforcement of law. The satisfaction and safety of the Nigerian consumer is paramount nationwide for quality assessment of goods and services.
Yes, that was a good one. I'm sure you learned a thing or two. Yes, we need to go on those speed race, and when we return, you will meet my guest. Go there.
Welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja. We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike!
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollo. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
If you just joined in, this is still Good Morning Abuja, coming to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And yes, this is the segment where you get to meet my guest, because we have a wonderful topic for you today. So go nowhere as we begin our discussion. I have with me Godwin A. Iregbe. He is the former mortgage bank manager and also a public financial analyst. Hope I did not murder than you. Welcome.
Not at all. You are home and dry.
Oh wow, good. I'll come for myself.
Okay, sure.
Okay, welcome to the program, sir.
My pleasure.
Okay, so like we love having people on the show that will come and tell us more about what we have, or like any topic we bring in a guest that will tell us more. And today is no different because they're going to tell us about strengthening local value chains for sustainable economic growth. And I know we're going to when you hear economic growth, we just know that money is involved. We want to grow in all aspects. And so now, coming to this topic, we know that we're going to have so much to learn today. Okay, so to start with, when we talk about local value chains, what exactly are we talking about, and why should the average Nigerian care about them?
Well, I want to start by way of saying, wherever the light comes up, then the money begins.
Wow, okay.
In the sense that this is in the realm of economic development. This is expected to be the cradle.
Okay.
And that the giant of Africa is coming to be talking about what is meant to be for the toddlers.
Okay.
that makes it a bit serious. But however, like I've said earlier, we are finding our money. So it's no use be money the past. So where we have found ourselves, we start to be more intentional. Whatever would have been responsible for our late discovery, or whether it was it was known before, it was taken up before, and be had it lost on the way, is a different thing.
Okay.
But what matters now that there is the need for us. So that takes us to what we mean by local value chain. It has to do with a holistic assessment. When you talk of what the totality of what it takes to bring about a product, generating a product service from the point of sourcing for any raw materials to that effect, or whatever that will be put together to actualizing that a product is right on our table. Even the process of giving the level of processing, manufacturing, distribution to the point it gets on our table. So that is in its essence value chain.
Okay. Wow, that's it. That's as you put it, very holistic.
Sure.
Okay, so Nigeria has many natural resources and produces a lot of. When you say a lot of raw materials. Why do we still import many of the finished products made from those resources?
Yes, it is. Well, when we come to that, I will try to manage my emotion because we are living in a country that is highly endowed. We we have more than enough for us to be where we ought to be in the community of nations. But I can say that we have not been able to harness the various resources that we have within us. Where we even try to, we do that operating below, we have never operated in any way optimally, where we will attempt. So we provide for either not being properly positioned or leakages, and equally not having the capacity, that is human capacity, to so deliver. So I think that is where it where the missing link lies.
Okay, so how can we make sure that a farmer, producer, manufacturer, and other people involved in the production process all benefit from the value created? Because this is like now putting everybody in place. You're not just making sure one side is benefiting and the other side is suffering. How do we make sure that everybody benefits?
Good. Naturally, we as a race, as a nation, we have vibrant persons, we have vibrant people, but like like I will always say, people don't drive themselves. People submit to authority, and the authority is the government. And I'm not a friend of any party coming out to criticize government, but the roadmap I have created for myself is to giving the knowledge professionally I'm endowed with is to come and to see how to go about it. But I don't want to get it, I don't want to go off track. I will ask that you restate your question
Okay.
so that we are.
Okay, I said, how can farmers, manufacturers,
Yes,
how can we actually all
good,
benefit from
good.
this knowledge?
Thank you for prompting me.
Okay.
We have huge landmass for agricultural activities.
Exactly.
When you go to the north, the land is massive, very, very suitable for agriculture. Now, the northerners are so dynamic to the extent that they understand what mechanization is about. So you see them manage to do to put that to use. But like I said, the will of government, if it is strong enough, even if it is to empower them in such a way that they can do what they are doing optimally, that part of the country is enough to supply the food we need in this country.
Wow. That's aside every other state.
Aside every other state, because I have been to the north, I have seen the vast land, I have seen some tractors. But the tractors I have seen, you see that the extent they can deliver is such a little far away from sustenance farming kind of. So government, that is where government need to really come about. Somebody needs to tell government. Somebody needs, what comes to the executive, for instance, the president, it's executive summary. So a lot of my points that or those I have in view when it comes to things like this, the policymakers, the advisors, the experts. So I ask them to listen to me because it's what they process and perfect. It's what they hand over, they put on the executive table, which is executive summary. So in doing this, let them hear. Let it be, and the press should as well follow to assess. At the end of the day, in figures, facts and figures, let it be assessed. Given the vast land, given the viability of this northern part, I'm using that as a case study to drive home my point. What percentage of production has been achieved? So we will use that to score ourselves. Then you take that scale across other regions. Across other regions. At a time it was the West that had full control over production of cocoa. What is the state of cocoa today? What has happened to it? What about our Kaduna area here? We're talking about growing of cotton and all that. So here now, the whole of this place, what we wear, I said that long ago. We are wearing the white man's clothes. The shoe you are wearing,
Is Nigerian.
the earring,
Is
for where. So I just want us to see that there is the means to really have self-assessment individually. Let it start from us, individual assessment. So when we astray, we find the answer within us. Why is we have been very wasteful as a nation.
I think we, to an extent, as an individual, we need to actually discipline ourselves because, as you said, it actually starts from us. It begins with you
Mm.
valuing yourself, knowing what you have, and all that. Because looking down on your things, thinking they are more inferior than what you see out there, is probably a lie. So you have to look inward, even if you work on it and it gets better. Okay, so you told us all this, what we stand to benefit actually when we look inward. But we still know that there are some challenges. What are these challenges? Looking at everything available now, there are still some challenges for us to actually achieve this growth we are talking about. What are those challenges, if at all?
Good. That, coincidentally, I happen to be a banker,
Okay.
ex-banker now, and an accountant. So we deal with facts and figures, not saying all things being equal, when we know that all things can never be equal. So we provide for space to assess. So that was why I started with assessment. Now, government is equally making attempts. It's what they know that they will deliver on. For instance, it is good to provide for uh, financial assistance to the very
In form of grant or loan.
a form of no grant will be seen to be, you know, just little assessment at this very micro level, like the tomato seller in the market. So I just want to drive it home. And that is what microfinance banks were meant to handle in order to save them from just being someone who is giving fish for one day. Subsequently, the person will go hungry again. But government came up with such a pattern of giving them a leverage to ride on. But do you know that the microfinance banks, uh, long ago, they seem to deviate from their expectation, from the core area they were meant to deal with. So you discover that with the challenges going prevailing at the commercial banks, they could not, they were not having proper window to uh, to disburse loans to customers. So they came to invade the microfinance banks. So the primary people that this thing was meant for, they are not able to access this the loans, the funds meant for them. So there is this miscarriage. So that government should look into that to address that miscarriage.
So the money or the funds get to the people
To the people,
that need it.
the maximum they will give those days, I don't know of now, was 500,000.
Okay. For how, for 1 year?
For it depends on the loan package. It depends on the project they have or what they are trying to achieve. But you will see them using that window. Perhaps the owners of commercial bank, they still own the microfinance bank. So they use that as a window to. So let us monitor these windows open to deal with or to attend to these challenges you're talking about. There was a challenge. It was answer to kind of that brought about bringing about microfinance banks. That one is there. Now, ordinarily, before anything could even thrive within us, there must be, we cannot talk about what we need to do without talking about security.
Okay, but before we go on schedule, we got Drew now with child is it's still part of the challenge.
Yes, it is.
I want us to go on a break and when we come back to continue with our discussion. Okay, so
It's
we've been
okay.
talking with Godwin Iregbe, and he is the former mortgage bank manager and also a public financial analyst. And together we've been talking about strengthening local value chains for sustainable economic growth. Let's go on this period, and when we come back, we'll actually learn more from our guests.
Are you interested in being up to date with the pacey world of sports? Our rebranded Capital Sports is the finest bet for your doing so.
So, join us every Thursday live at 3 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja to talk sports for your viewing pleasure. Remember, you can be a part of this #1 sporting program. Join us on the analysis, views and opinions.
If you just joined in, this is the Good Morning Abuja coming to you from the Unity Station, NTE Channel 5 Abuja. And you've not really missed what this is like the second part of our conversation because we're just coming back from a break. But you've not missed, I guess it's still seated here. And we've been talking about strengthening local value chains for sustainable economic growth. And my guest is still Godwin Iregbe. Like before he goes, this name will just be like normal to me. I'm really proud of myself. Okay, so moving on. It's we're talking about challenges for this economic growth and what has been actually the challenge for this value chain. And we talked about some before the break, and we want to look now at security. Looking at security, what do you have to say about that? How does it actually affect some of those value chain?
Yeah, basically, like we're talking about local value chain.
Yeah.
So the local there means we're talking about us within. And we're looking forward to a situation whereby we no longer wake up with one news or the other, how they go to pursue people from the farm. So that is a very area of concern. So, and let it be a thing that keeps resonating in the minds of all. In prayer, let's pray that the issue of insecurity will not be belong to history in Nigeria. But if a farmer cannot go to farm and farm and full of expectation, there is no way that farmer will not end up hungry. There is no way those who depend on that farmer will not be stranded. So from every facet, I think the issue of insecurity is a serious concern. If insecurity is dealt with holistically, Nigeria's local content or activities will be boosted with more than 50%.
Okay, so we're looking at better cooperation now. Looking at the locals now, they produce sometimes to get the seedlings. They've been able to get the seedlings, they farm it, and then they harvest. So now, after harvesting, how is it over there? Because I want to look now at the cooperation between the farmer, the farmer, also the manufacturer, and then the retailer, and the market in general. What is the cooperation like? Because it's now a different thing to farm, and it's another thing for your goods to actually be accepted. Some can say, this you hear things like, maybe for yam, you hear things like, yeah, I prepare yam from this part of the country, I prepare this from this part of the country. How are we able to say, okay, the locals are able to farm and still be sure of selling it to this our local market, even to the world at large?
Yes. The point is this: it starts from before taking into customers. It starts from let's give a scenario. You have the distributor when it comes to distribution chain. You have the distribution. You have the manufacturer.
Okay.
From the manufacturer in bulk, distributors are handed over the baton. Then from the distributors, retailers, they take over. But the cry of the distributors over time has been some manufacturers will bypass distributors. After supplying the distributors, they will go straight to the retailers and marking out the distributors. So taking market from the distributors. So let them deal with that. Let that be. If there is going to be legislation that will take care of that, mind your own. Manufacturer manufacture. I understand. Then distributor, be on your own, do your own. Then retailers. So that will seamlessly take care of that. Now, another way of promoting this stuff is, just as we have local value content chain, we equally have global value chain. So government, I don't want to use the word government, the importers should not come and disrupt the activities by bringing in foreign goods to come and take over or be competing with the local district, because globally, anything that is coming from any person that has the financial muscle to come in with goods massively, the more of such commodity you have with you, you're able to buy, the lower the unit value. When they come, they push in this thing to come and oppress. I call it oppression. To oppress the local manufacturers. You see that rather than people being loyal to our local goods, so they see them not just having cheaper of these goods coming in. Some we even consider it maybe by way of social euphoria kind of spirit. They say preference for foreign goods. So they'll see they're opting for that. So if all those things can be checked.
Okay, so what opportunities are available for young Nigerians within local production and value chain? What opportunities are there?
Yes, there are a number of opportunities, only that nobody has really seen them. Nobody has seen the need to provide for their own needs. So the tragedy once more is that they are, because water must find its level. So they are trying to find way for themselves. They are very energetic and they have what it is. So in order to provide for them, like the enabling environment should be created in terms of vocations, sports. Somebody like Osimhen now, for instance, will not be coming around to go and be applying for job. So it's even as small in age as Osimhen, the footballer, is even employer of labor. So let enabling environment be created. For instance, I've passed through a number of area councils. I've seen a situation where stadium or stadia that they have now been converted to a refuse dumping. And the funniest thing about this, we all see it, especially the press.
Really?
Yes, especially the press. The press all need to stand up. The press need to do the needful.
Okay.
When you pick it up, others will follow. So let it be decried. That stadium, let it be used to raise many other Osimhen, boxers, as many areas.
Okay, so finally, what practical steps should the government, businesses, and ordinary Nigerians take to build a stronger and more sustainable local economy?
Good. We should look beyond creating environment where people will be looking forward to salary job. Let there be, I mean, it's a continuation of the point I was making.
Yeah.
Let there be, let our established business people, Nigerians are very rich. For industrials.
Yeah.
We have many Dangote in Nigeria. Many of them don't come out. But Dangote is known because he makes his activities known. So let many of them come up. Individual build stadium abroad. So let them build stadium. Let them create job. Let them create. No, I'm not even talking about job. Let them create enabling environment for them to thrive. So the youth in Nigeria, rather than being allowed to be going into various unauthorized areas of activities, when they are next to see, even if it is farm, it depends on farm. You know, the packaging is of the essence. You have no, it's not about the farm. Somebody is selling food from Mama Put. Somebody is selling from eatery. You see, they are both selling food.
Okay, sir. That's a good one.
Are you getting me?
Yes,
so you see the one selling from the eatery with apron on. Crescent shirt. So you see that one going to work with dignity. And you see Mama Put, anybody that is even sitting there eating, people will be saying that one is a poor man, but they are eating the same food.
Okay,
So
you've told us a whole lot. We wish we could go on and on. But our time is up. Like joking, we really spent a lot on a while actually on this discussion, but we've been able to take one or two lessons from what you've been talking about. So thank you for coming on the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Some other time, come tell us some other things, how to actually harness some of our potentials, our natural resources given to us in this country, Nigeria. Okay, so thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we've been talking with Godwin Iwegwe, and he is the former mortgage bank manager, public financial, and also a public financial analyst. Together, we'll be talking about strengthening local value chains for sustainable growth. I'm sure you'll be able to pick a thing or two. You look inwards, value your own. Yeah, it's not better out there, but you have to look inwards. You have to appreciate your own to be able to do better. Let's go on this quick break, and when we come back, the program continues.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja. We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? You are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time and have a great and blessed week ahead.
I don't know what it is, but she drives me crazy.
Marriage, a beautiful bond, but not without its battles. Behind every smile is a story. Behind every I do is a journey. Mr. and Mrs., the show that peels back the curtain on real relationships. No scripts, no filters, just truth.
I've become a better husband because I've learned a lot from the mistake of the past.
I had feelings, but I wanted to be sure.
Do I have to kneel down to marry a woman?
No, but just do the right.
Join us every week as we sit down with real couples to talk about the raw, the real, and the redemptive side of marriages. From newlyweds to seasoned partners of 40 years plus, no topic is off limits.
Have you ever been in love?
This is more than entertainment. It's an invitation to grow, to heal, and to love again. Mr. and Mrs. is about real love, real struggles, and real hope. Every couple has a story. What's yours? Join us on NTA Channel 5, the Unity station, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
'Cause all of me loves all of you.
Welcome back. This is the Good Morning Abuja. Yes, in case you just joined me, it's not really miss. You know when you go for a program on a station, and then some people intentionally just wait for the part where they want to share the food. Yes, this is the part where we are now. Yes, the item 7 of our program. Yes, we need to know what to cook today. Okay, let's go join our kitchen segment to see what we have for you today. This is our kitchen segment.
Hi everyone, so today we're making coconut fried rice. So for this recipe, and quite like most Nigerian fried rice recipes, we will be needing some very rich chicken broth or stock. Normally I would use hard chicken, but I haven't got any, so I will be using soft chicken instead. So here I've got 4 chicken leg quarters, and I will be seasoning this with some onions, bouillon cubes, thyme, curry powder, garlic powder, and some salt. I tend to over season my chicken or my meat if I'm going to be using them immediately, especially if I haven't marinated them beforehand. So I will be topping this up with some water and then cover and leave to cook until soft. So after about 30 to 40 minutes of slow cooking, I will be checking back on the chicken, and this is perfect for me. I've got the rich broth that I need, so I will be sieving this for use later. On to another main ingredient of Nigerian fried rice, liver. I know most people don't like it, and I don't like it as well. I end up picking it out of my food, but I'm not going to ruin a classic recipe. So here I've got some lamb liver, and I'm just going to add that into a pan. I didn't realize that my pan was as hot, but it's okay. So I'm just going to add some water to cover. I won't be adding salt at this time. I'm just going to cover and leave to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. So after 10 to 15 minutes, as you can see, the water is all murky, and I'm just going to take this to my sink and rinse off, and then return back to the stove. So now I'm going to cover with some more water and then add some salt. I don't like to season my liver. For some reason, I just don't believe that it's going to penetrate as much, except if I'm using it for like a stir fry or something. But if I'm just boiling it, salt is enough. So I'm just going to cover this and then leave to cook until soft. And once it's soft, as you can see, so all I need to do now is just to dice them up and then fry or grill. So that's that for the liver, and now we're on to the chicken. Here I've got some boneless chicken thigh, and this I will be seasoning with some garlic powder, bouillon cubes, paprika powder, black pepper, and some salt. And I will mix this thoroughly and then leave to marinate for about 30 minutes to an hour roughly. For my mixed vegetables, I will be using some green peas, carrots, sweet corn, and long beans. And I will be seasoning this with some garlic powder, bouillon cubes, salt, and black pepper. So I did get hassled by a couple of people in my fried rice video asking why I use too many spices and seasons or why I season almost everything. This is how I build flavors. It is optional, but this is a recipe that I swear by. Anyway, I'm just going to mix this thoroughly and then leave to marinate for about 30 minutes. So now we're going to cook the rice. I've got the same pot that I used for the chicken, and this is on medium heat, and I'm just going to add the sieved broth into it and then add my coconut milk. So for my coconut milk, I'm using the canned one, and I've got roughly about 600 ml, that's a can and a half. But if you're making yours from the scratch, you will need about 2 big coconuts. And for seasoning, I will be using some thyme, curry powder, and some onions. I won't be adding salt or chicken seasoning here because I over seasoned my broth. And I'm just going to cover and bring to a boil. And once it starts to boil, I will be adding my thoroughly washed rice. Please make sure your rice is thoroughly washed, otherwise it will stick together. And then combine and cover and leave to cook until soft. So now we're on to the interesting part, which is the stir frying. So I've got a pan on medium heat and I've just added some vegetable oil to that. And once it heats up, I will be going in with some chopped garlic and ginger. So I'm going to stir this for about 4 to 5 minutes on low to medium heat. I'm hoping to achieve some sort of crispy texture to the ginger especially. And after 4 to 5 minutes, it should look like this. And then I will transfer this into a bowl. So the reason for this is I'm trying to preserve the flavor of the garlic and ginger, and this will be added back into the rice later. So into the same pan, I will be adding my chicken and I will fry this for about, say, 6 to 7 minutes or until well fried. And at this time, I will be transferring the cooked chicken into a bowl, leaving the oil in the pan. So into the same pan, I will be adding my prawns. I don't need to add any more seasonings to this at all, and that's because the seasoning from the chicken is still very much potent in the oil. So I'm just going to fry this for about 3 to 5 minutes or until cooked. And then I will be transferring that into a bowl again. So the pan is back on medium heat and I've just added some more oil. And then in goes some chopped onions, which I will be frying for about 2 to 3 minutes or until fragrant. You know, let's just pretend like I haven't just burned the onions, you know, let's just pretend for a minute. So I'm going to go in with my green peppers and chili, and I'm just going to mix this thoroughly and then saute for about 2 to 3 minutes, again still on medium heat. So after 2 to 3 minutes, I will go in with my marinated vegetables. I'm just being careful so I don't add too much, just enough to cook the rice that I've got. And this I will be sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes again. Now I should note at this point that the softer your vegetables, the earlier the rice is going to go bad. So whatever you do, please make sure that your vegetable still has a bit of crunch to it, especially if you're not going to consume it all in one day. If you're going to be storing it away, the more you warm the rice, the more the vegetables is going to further cook. And then I will start to add my rice and combine. And I'm going to do this gradually so I don't end up with too much rice or too much vegetables, and I can always add some more as I go. And once the rice is thoroughly combined, I will go in with my cooked chicken, liver, spring onions, not forgetting the fried ginger and garlic, and I will also be adding some desiccated coconut. If you don't already cook your coconut rice with desiccated coconut, you should really start. It gives it this beautiful texture as well and also intensifies the coconut flavor. And this I will mix thoroughly and then cover and leave to simmer for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, I will add the cooked prawns and then mix thoroughly again and then leave to simmer for just a minute, and that's it. Your coconut fried rice is ready. Honestly, this recipe is one you do not want to miss out on. It is absolutely amazing. The aroma in my kitchen right now, oh my god.
Okay, yummy. I'm sure you're going to try that out. Okay, now moving on the show, it's time for our weather forecast. You know, the weather has been funny these days, but let's see. What will the weather look like today with our weather forecast? With our weather forecast, we come to the end of yet another interesting episode of Good Morning Abuja. I'm sure you had a wonderful time just like I did. If you did, please stay tuned, same time, same station. I remain Gladys Kudambi Princess. And it's bye for now.